Ciao lovelies, this is Reverend Sky. Wanted to jump in real fast and talk about a video, another one on how to get your plants ready for winter. Today we are discussing the beautiful jade plant. I need to put this guy with his brothers and sisters. I use a windowsill as a propagation station, and once it gets too big for the windowsill, then I put it with the rest, and my collection just grows from there. So this guy is gonna get added into that pot. I already put some stuff, got ready a little bit, but I will talk to you guys soon. Ciao. My son made that. I gotta figure out how to add it in somehow, so I figured why not just play it. Alright, let me get out of this stuff. Let's get into the jade plant, y'all. And yes, I said y'all. Alright, we're going to scoot this over here a little bit and get more of the plant than we do of me. So, what I'm doing is I am taking this guy, who is now in a 5-inch pot, and this guy who's looking super sad, if you will notice. He got knocked and so many of the leaves came off of the middle ones, so I'm just gonna add them all to the same pot and make it beautiful. And then I've already taken the cuttings out of the other ones. I already took these out. I already did one, so this video wouldn't be super long, but I have a ton of little baby cuttings back here. I cut off some pieces and now we're going to propagate them. And then, bonus, this pot is getting these money trees back here. I have a variegated over here. Well, here, let me show you. I have this guy, the dwarf, just the dwarf, and he's just a cutting, so there's just one of them, but he seems to be super happy. And then his buddy is the regular sized, but variegated. So this one is just bigger, and you can see how it was a single cutting, and I'm going to pot them together to see what I can do as far as like notching and all that, and see if I can't get these bigger. Alright, do you need out? My brother's dog needs to go potty. 2 seconds. Yes, darling, I see you. Yeah, I know, we're excited about it. Go. Alright. I'm back. I know you missed me. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is pull this around and pull this around. Well, do you really need to see the cuttings? Do you really want to see the cuttings? Let's do this. I'm going to take you. This is the pot that it's going in, and you can see I have actually put a pot the same size as the one that the jade is currently in here. So when I repot it, it's just a pick up and move. I might mess with the roots, but I just upsized it, so I don't think they're going to be bad at all. Now, these guys I still have to pull out, so we'll get those up close, and then we'll put the money plants back here. Fun stuff. Now, what I'm going to do is on this pot, I'm going to make this the back. So he will sit in here all majestic like. Basically, just like that. And then that leaves me the rest of this room here. And let's see We can get you more on the pot than me. Okay. So, oh, let me just use this while I have it. Let's not try for the balancing act of the century. Now, jades are awesome until they fall over, and then, well, that's not so awesome. Little baby leaf guy. They're just so cute when they grow like this. Alright, we're gonna put them aside because those are gonna go on the windowsill to get a little bigger before I plant them. Here's some more. There's already 6 leaves up there from the other pot. Dead leaf. Dead leaf. Dead leaves. I know that looked green, but it was going. Now, ooh. This guy gave me 2. How cute is this? You gotta appreciate nature. It really is amazing. Now, okay, so let me take out the cuttings first. Yeah, see, just cuttings. I clipped off the top of some of these, and now I cannot believe this happened. Cannot believe it fell like this. This is regrowth from where it fell over. It knocked off almost every single plant, every single leaf on these. Anyways, not talking about it. So, these things, because they're super succulent-like, they don't need a ton of water, but they still do need water. So that's going to be your trick, is to figure out if it's really dry or if it needs a little water. For me, I water them very rarely, and I don't give them, like typically with my plants, I will do a full shower. Like I will soak all the soil in the pot, let it all drain out, and then wait for it to dry out again, and then soak it again. But then that's every 7 days to 7 days to 10 days during the winter. But then during the summer, it's every 5 days. So you really have to be careful how much water you're giving them during the winter, because you don't want them to dry out. But you need them to stay plump and have what they need to take care of themselves if you forget for a day or 2, which happens. Trust me, it happens. Okay, so I might have to pause this for a bit and clean off these leaves because I'm seeing water spots where I've been careless. Because, none of us are the perfect plant mom. See, that leaf just fell right out in my hand. Alright, let's get rid of some other stuff. Now, here's some more. Here's another, see, just cutting. And actually, I'm going to turn this guy around because you can see I cut it, and then all that growth is coming off that one little side right there. And you never know where it will pop out, but you can pretty much guarantee it's going to pop out. Now these are, I don't know if they're combined or what's happening, but I've left them like this for probably a year now, and they seem happy, but I'm starting to feel like they're just not doing anything. So that might be time. It's time. It's time to separate them. Oh, it breaks my heart, but I'm doing it. Look. Now, as I pull these apart, this one is naturally falling off. So I'm just going to set this guy down. And we're going to work on the... Oh, see? It just... You can see them come apart. Alright, so now there's these 3 funky looking tall pieces of poor Jade. And then I got this little super happy plant back here. And then I got all these pretty cuttings. So, let's see what we get. Alright, this is going to come over here. And alright, all I'm doing with this guy is I'm going to take this out. I'm going to take him out. And he's going right in. You can't make it any easier than that. Now with the soil for for jades in general, it really needs to be well draining. They need moisture, but they don't need too much moisture. These succulent leaves, once you find that line, like I have found a lot of mine will only need a cup or 2 cups at a time. Like I'll do a cup on one side and a cup on the other, and I know that that amount cannot rot the plant. And I've just had to figure it out for every size plant, because like this is a 12-inch pot and it will hold a lot more moisture than some of the smaller pots. Well, my 20-inch pots hold way more moisture than this guy, so I'll be watering him more often than I will the big ones during the winter. And even then, it's not even that often. Just because they are succulent, they keep what they need, and they will show you if they need water. Alright, so first boy is in. Ta-da! Now we need to figure out where these 3 awkward guys are going to go. Because if that's the back of the plant, then I need room in here for the ones, for the cuttings. So he's going to go over here. Sounds like my neighbor's outside doing stuff. They're really cool. They have eggs, which they bring my mom eggs. So we have nothing but farm fresh eggs. They have a farm on the outside of town, and that's where they work. So we hear chickens over there and all sorts of stuff. And like I'm in a suburb, so chickens aren't that out of the ordinary. But with an HOA, they'd be so busted. But no one tells on them. So I mean, like we all get eggs, so we don't care. It's not about the eggs, but it's a nice bonus. Alright, I'm just going to stick these guys in and around so they're not taking up a bunch of room, but then they are actually going to get sun from around. And then, of course, aesthetically pleasing is a very big bonus for me. Alright, let's see if we can do this. Now, I will turn this around when I get it straightened out. Alright, so what I did was, you can see 1, 2, 3, and now it's time to kind of stick these guys in the ground, which, you know what, I think I might need to wipe them off. No ma'am, go on, I'm doing something. It's a pug and beagle, which I don't know. If you love them, then that's fantastic. But she's old and crotchety and doesn't care what you say, and stubborn as the day is long. Alright. Dun, dun, dun. This is all I'm going to do now, is just poke holes in here and stick it in there and pray it works, because I'm moving everything into a bigger pot, so it's in 1 pot instead of 3, which drives me bananas if you know me. And well, I feel like they do better when they're together, because there's humidity, there's more plants, it's not just one baby sticking out by itself. He's got his friends around, you know, he's got his tribe, he's got all of his people, he knows where he's at, he belongs. Kind of like us. We like knowing we belong. We like knowing we're with our people. And the sad thing is that these are all sorts of different kinds of aloe, but they haven't gotten the sun they needed, so right now they all look solid green, and it's so sad because there's some really pretty colors. Like I have a pink one. This one actually has pink on the thing if you give it enough light, but even in a south-facing window. This was in a south-facing windowsill, and even then said nope, not enough, not enough, not enough. So I'm putting them all together, I'm putting them all in the window, and I'm hoping they're happy enough, because at this point I don't have anywhere else to put them. I tried putting them under a light, they weren't happy with that. And I'm just sticking these in here. I'm going to turn it a little bit. There you go. Then Let's get some more of the tall ones in here. I'm trying to make sure that when the sun hits it, they'll be able to reach all the leaves and not block anything coming in this direction. Yeah, I see you, pup. I'm not playing with you right now. Some of these have water spots on them. I bet you can see those. They drive me insane. But all you gotta do is one day or one afternoon when you're watering and you're just a little careless, that's what happens. It happens. I just use my spit and wipe it off. Doesn't seem to harm them. Doesn't seem to harm them, so, you know. No plants were hurt in the making of my licking this thing. Alright, down in here. Yep. This is working. This should be quite the cute little thing when I'm done. Make sure we have room for everybody. Now I gotta make sure all the leaves are clean so it's all shiny. Oh yeah, you know, I bet you will be happier in here. Because the way that these things grow, I can prune it to fit, like I'm doing with this guy. And then, there's a lot of plants. Like, I'll count them here in a second. But I think that this is gonna be like a minute. Like, there's no rush. There's no time frame for this thing. They can stay right here until the roots fill this out. And this is a 12-inch boy, so I think I got a couple years. Probably at least 2 years. Alright, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And I'm not counting any of the babies. I'm not counting any of the babies because they're in the windowsill and we'll see how big they get. So, finished product, let me get down here a little bit so you can see, is looking a little bit like this. Now, I hope you guys learned something. Oh, lighting. I don't think we learned. Did I say anything about lighting? Lighting. I said I had it in a south-facing window, but I've also said that I'm not getting the coloration on the plants because of it not being enough light. So I'm going to try to put it closer to a light that's by a window and see if the double whammy helps. I will let you guys know when I do progress stuff on it. But for now, this seems to be it. And I need to get this guy potted, so that'll be next. But I hope everyone has the day that they deserve. If you have any questions, comments, please leave them below. You gotta love plants. You gotta love plants. I hope you are well. Namaste.